Hey guys, this is a promise that I made to make a video about how I made the California AR legal spring. So here's aluminum rod I bought. It's aluminum rod 3/16 with a center of 0.049. You're going to need 2 drill bits, a large and a small, depending on what rod size you use. If you use the rod size I use, then you're going to need a number 13, and I don't remember what the other one was, but it'll be it's actually just a little bit bigger than a Bic pen insert. So there you go. You're also going to need a free pen from somewhere like Redwood Credit Union because you need the spring that's inside of it. We're going to take that spring off right there and use it. So to get started, you're going to need the smaller, there's 3 ways you can do this depending on what your skill level is. You can do this with a hand drill. I would recommend at least a drill press. You just need a cheap drill press. And if you have a mill, obviously it'll look perfect. I did mine really sloppy so you could see how you could do it with the minimalist of tools. First of all, take your drill bit, and then like I would recommend, make it simple, make it the same size or a little bit bigger so that it'll fit through as a Bic pen insert. The way I figured it out is I took the spring and I found a drill that fit right in it like that. That's the size I want. So just grab your drills and find one that's closest to that. I cut the spring, so I cut it pretty small, and that is because the full spring won't fit in there. Pretty simple. Cut it just a little bit more. Okay, so first of all, once you take the drill, you're going to drill the hole. I'll show you here, right behind the bolt catch hole here. Just drill it, and I kiss that pocket right there. If you went into it, it's not going to hurt anything. Just make sure that you're far enough this way, you know, that your mad catch isn't affected. When the upper receiver is down, this is depressed, so it affects nothing. You just want to make sure it's as far this way as you possibly can, and far this way as you possibly can. And the reason for that is because you want to drill down and catch this pocket for your magazine release button. So just stick it in your drill press, grab your drill straight down into the pocket there, and pull it out. At this point, just take a nail, and for this number 1 way to do it, just drop the nail in, close your receiver, you're done. You're California legal. When you want to change your magazine, you'll have to pull that nail out, but that's no big deal. Now, this is a step process, so you can drill the original hole, drop your nail in there, and you're done, but you can still do the other steps that I want to do. Now, the second step, or the second difficulty level, is you're going to need a bigger drill. I used a drill that's just smaller than my rod size that I used, and that's the 3/16 aluminum rod. The reason for that I'll show you on step 3. So I take and I drill straight down using the first drill hole as a pilot. I'm going to drill straight down until I'm about 3 to 4 millimeters above the previous hole where I went into the magazine release button pocket there. And the reason I'm doing that, I'm making a step. And that step is going to hold my spring. So if I drop that spring in there, you can see it goes on the step and it just catches there and stays. Now, you take your nail with the head and you drop it in there, and you'll see that now it goes down, but it returns on its own. It'll go up. So the only problem with this is you're going to have to be careful when you open your receiver that this possibly could fall out. And I left this tall so you can see so I can push on it. And you'll cut this to size, because what you're going to do is you're going to feel it where it catches on your gun. Mine catches right there, and that's where I would cut it off at. Okay, so that's step 2, difficulty 2. Difficulty 3 is you make yourself a little ring right here. I just cut it off a 3/16 with a .049 hole that I showed you earlier. I just whipped it off on the on my mill. Oh, I'm sorry, on my lathe. You could do that with a Dremel. You know, it's no big deal. It's just, you know, the tolerances just really aren't that big a deal. Because this isn't the firing mechanism of your gun we're talking about. This is just holding that magazine release button open. Okay, so this is step 3. We're gonna make you'll have to make this pin. That's the problem. I made this on the lathe. If you have any questions, I'll put my email and I'll tell you what it entailed. So I take the little ring I made, I put it over the top. That's, you know, smaller than a .049 top, and then I just take my needle nose pliers and push it down in the hole. At that point, you can see when it's up, the magazine release is fine. When the upper pushes down on it, calico. So there you go. You've got 3 steps, very easy. You can see when you finally get around to it, it's a very neat, nice finish. I mean, it looks very professional. And you can start from level 1, go to level 2, and then level 3, and it's all in the same hole. And you can see that obviously level 3 is by far the best fit and finish. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed the video.